Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your little no shorty. Today we are going to be reviewing Flash Gordon. This here is Flash Gordon issue 1 from Mad Cave Studios, but we are certainly going to be talking about issue 0, the free comic book day one came out a while ago, and there will be spoilers on that issue 0. I've also been talking about issue 1. I think I can do that without spoiling anything, but I really need to be talking about what happened in issue 0. So if you haven't read it yet and you don't want spoilers, go and find it on your local comic store. Might have some left. We don't. We ran out of that like really early. It is a really good comic book. And it's one I actually added to my pull list. It's the first time I've ever added something to my pull list based on how much I really like the issue 0. Because I wasn't going into thinking, oh man, Flash Gordon, that's great. I don't really have that much to say about Flash Gordon generally. I'm aware of the really cool Brian Blessed movie that came out when I was a kid, and I'm sure everyone else remembers that more than anything else. But obviously it existed in a wider space. But in my head, it always kind of got reduced down to, it's just another kind of white saviour excuse for colonialism and imperialism, or at least propaganda in its favour. And I don't really have much reason to carry on reading that. I didn't really expect that in Flash Gordon issue 0. I thought with how recently Strange Adventures from Tom King has come out, it's just such a good job of pulling apart that colonialist white saviour narrative. I thought this could just really lean into how cool it is to tell really pulpy science adventures on an alien planet. And issue 0 really does do that, and it understands the homework. It's fantastic. It's all based around this plot that Flash is dead, and it ends up being this really convoluted way for him to get his corpse into Ming the Merciless's base, so he can stop this huge space laser that's going to destroy the planet Earth. And yeah, of course we know he's not dead. Flash is alive. We all understand that. And when it happens, it's not like a huge twist. It's just like, oh, cool, that is exactly what I wanted to happen. And it looks fantastic on the way of it. The open vistas of the planet look fantastic. The close-up combat looks brilliant. All the character designs are absolutely on the nose. Really, really nice. But then you get to the end, and to save the planet Earth, Flash messes with the laser and ends up pointing at the planet he's on. But this laser is designed to destroy planets, and it destroys the whole planet. Like, the planet's gone. Mungo, I want to say. I apologise. Mongo, maybe? I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. And it gets completely destroyed. And I was like, well, damn. Not only is that, number one, that is a swing for the bleachers for an issue 0. That is completely resetting the continuity. That is making absolutely huge changes to the story as it's going to go on. And that is interesting enough for me to be like, okay, that is brave storytelling. But secondly, it also is full on the nose imperialist colonialism. Because all the white saviour narrative is there to kind of make out that it's good that the white people are there, and an awful lot of racists will tell you that stuff was better for the colonised countries because of the white people turned up and we brought all these cool stuff with us. But really, the entire point of going there was to asset strip and send stuff back to the home countries. Effectively, concerned more about Earth than you are the planet Mongo, and to the point that you will save Earth even if it means destroying a whole other place. And I was like, well, damn, that is really, really good. That is more than I expected by a country mile. Not that that's the only reason I carried on with it. Because let's be honest, that is a cool thing to happen, and that certainly appeals to my sensibilities, and it'd be a fun thing to talk to about my friends when we're down the pub talking about colonialism and white saviour narratives. We do that quite a lot. I've got very cool friends. But like I say, it also is a really good-looking comic book. I've totally understood the homework when it comes to the retro-futurist kind of look. I've actually gone and looked at some of the old 1950s, I want to say, comic strips of Flash Gordon, and that kind of vibe and aesthetic has carried on through all the versions of it I've seen, and it certainly wasn't as known as retrofuturism back then, but it makes an awful lot of sense now that they lean into it and keep that as part of their entire aesthetic. And it does carry on throughout this. The art is fantastic, by the way. Absolutely worth giving credit to Will Conrad, and also Lee Luffridge, who does such a good job on the colours. He's one of those colourists, like Bidikar and Belair and Spicer. If they're on the job, you absolutely know the colouring is going to do more than just be a Marvel, DC, digital paint-by-numbers kind of thing. It actually does add depth to what's going on. It does in this really effectively. Also, fantastic monster design, really good understanding of mechanics of fight scenes. Like, the art is an absolutely huge part of why I love this comic book. But the writing is also really good as well. I said about the issue 0 that they kind of got exactly what they need to do in terms of big over-the-top science adventure writing. We get that to a lesser degree in here. It's actually a much slower start to it, but it works really effectively when the action ramps up, and then we get exposition of plot through in-character dialogue, not to the point that it gets in the way of the story. It is there just to catch everyone up, because time has passed since the issue 0, but then we get this fantastically well-timed twist in the tale at the end. Like, in the last maybe 3 pages, we suddenly realise that everything is not what we've been told it is. And we have to ask questions. Are we dealing with unreliable narrators or people being mistold the truth? But more than that, the reason it works is it is another absolutely brilliant twist ending that makes me want to come back for the next issue. Because I like a good 6-issue mini, a 12-issue maxi, a multi-year arc. I love big storytelling you can do with comic books. But I miss that serialized kind of every single issue has this thing at the end, which absolutely makes you want to come back just to see what happened then is going to happen next. And every issue, if you can do that, that would be amazing. I'm not sure if they could, but I'm down for this one. It's on my pull list, and I can't wait to see if they manage to maintain this level of really intense, really cool storytelling that looks this good. I'm honestly in love with it. You should go and check it out. That's it for now. I've got more reviews to come. I might even do one of the horror anthologies, so keep an eye on the socials so you don't miss it. Until I see you again, though, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye!